Hey guys, what is going on? This is External Shockwave alongside Chris Gamer 1025, bringing you another TAP Tap podcast. This is episode number 14, the day of course, Hell in a Cell. We're going to be giving you our predictions for the pay-per-view, and this is also post WrestleMania for Season 2 Universe Mode. It
Yes, it
was
is.
pretty great. That pay-per-view is great, and all the feedback you guys have given us are great. So,
I mean, it's another season done in the books. That's it. In the history books, it's gonna go on to another season. Man, that was so difficult. Season 2,
it was
but
very,
we did it.
it was a struggle, but it was also fun. And also, real quick, I would like to say if you didn't watch the WWE 2K17 farewell live stream that we did yesterday night, but FAM still all the viewership. You guys can go watch that over on Chris Gamer 1025's YouTube channel.
Yes, and more live streams coming soon. We want to do at least one every. I don't know. I was thinking maybe holidays or something like that. For like a Thanksgiving special or a Christmas special or something like that. Live streams like that. Just the only thing we're gonna have to try to do this time is to record it a little earlier because I know some of you guys live in different time zones. I wasn't. We started recording what? I think 7 or 8. No, it was
Like,
8 o'clock, right?
yeah, I think 8 at night. Yeah.
I think 7 or 8, 8 at night. So I'm not sure what time it was for you guys, but that's when we were streaming. We got a couple views in there, a lot of people were watching. Thank you guys for watching. You guys for coming. But hopefully next time we can have all of you there.
We even got to play with a subscriber, and it could happen even more with all of the rest of you. You know?
Yeah, that's if you have a PSN account, of course.
Yeah, that's true. But the Tap podcast topics for episode number 14 go as follows. As you can see from the lineup, we are going to be doing something special for the first topic here. We're going to be talking about season 1 and 2 of Universe Mode plans that we originally had. And then after that, we'll be talking about NXT stars that, deserve a push because there's a lot. And of course, finally, the Hell in a Cell 2017 predictions.
And of course, if you have any topics, let us know. Comment down below if you have any interesting topics that you want us our opinion about, or anything that you find odd in the world of wrestling. Just let us know. Swing it by here in the comments, and then we'll see it and we'll talk about it next week.
Yep. So the first topic, season 1 and 2 of Universe Mode plans, APW CJ Pure Wrestling.
Oh Jesus. Do you want to start off with yours first, or because yours is only one brand, so?
Yeah. Okay. My memory is not that good, but I can tell you what I had planned to begin with in season 1. I think. Well, first of all, whether those of you who do know and don't know, of course, the infamous WrestleMania 0. That
Botch fest.
yeah, it was because it was the first time. I didn't know
It's truly botchamania.
what was going on, and it reached an impressive amount of views to the point where I was like, "There's no way I could take it down now," because they all know about it. Whoever
I
watched
told him
it.
to take it down.
Oh well, I did put it as like private or unlisted, so you can't watch it. But just know that if you're watching season 1 and you hear me talking about WrestleMania, just know that those champions won on WrestleMania 0. That's it.
WrestleMania 0, yes.
But as far as the APW championship, the only thing I could tell you is that during the time Brock Lesnar was APW World Champion, the plan was to have Batista. Yes, I was gonna have the Animal versus the Beast, and have Batista beat Brock Lesnar for the APW World Championship, but didn't go that way, and I think it was for the best because at WrestleMania was Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, which turned out good in the end, I guess.
Yeah. Is there any more that you had, like maybe the minor championships or like the woman or anything, the tag team?
Not that I know of, but
Not
Yeah,
that you
not
remember. Not
not
that you
not
remember.
yeah, not that I remember. So that was season 1 for me. I'll talk about season 2 after Chris Gamer over here talks about his season 1.
Oh God. Well, let's start off the first ever episode. Well, first of all, we didn't have a set winner for every matchup at all at season 1 at the beginning. But towards like the middle to end, we were thinking, you know what, it's time to like have a clear cut winner, because if we don't, the championship is gonna keep hopping over to everybody, and that's not really a good universe mode to showcase. So at the beginning, Seth Rollins, I wanted him to be champion, and he did. My plan was him heading into Extreme Rules, beating Dean Ambrose, and then heading into Payback, and Dean Ambrose winning the championship, which would have been interesting. I don't know where I didn't go for it because I didn't know what direction I wanted it to go in. In the Pure Wrestling Championship, I wanted Sami Zayn to be the first winner, but it was Baron Corbin. So there you go. Baron Corbin was the longest reigning Pure Wrestling champion, but I did not want him to win. So I just went for it. I was like, okay, let me just save it. Why not? What else happened after that? Where was it? Warzone. The first ever Warzone. I think we planned everything out there good. Money in the Bank was not planned. So Rey Mysterio winning was an accident. What else happened? Pure Wrestling. Okay, Money in the Bank. I had Randy Orton set to cash in soon, but then plans were changed, and as you all know, he cashed in for APW instead. So that's what happened there.
Till this day, I don't know how that contract situation worked out, but
Yeah, till this day, I don't know how it worked out, but it worked. You guys liked it, so I'm glad you did.
it was an interesting angle.
Yeah, it was interesting. Bash of the Beach. Bray Wyatt was not meant to be that messed up. Like, I just didn't want Rey Mysterio to lose the contract like that. Because, one, he's Rey Mysterio. Two, I hate the concept of stars losing their briefcase. But when it has to be done, it has to be done. But at the time, I was like, you know what, Ray, just to make you not have the contract, just to make everybody happy, you're going to cash in here today. Shield is going to reunite. But Bray Wyatt was meant to win that pay-per-view. Baron Corbin was always meant to be OP. Just at Night of Champions, Curtis Axel wasn't meant to be his opponent. It's just because I didn't have anybody else, and Curtis Axel was going with this Axelmania stuff, so I decided, you know what? Axel's pretty hot right now. Let me just go for that. I have a lot of stuff that wasn't supposed to happen. New Year's Revolution. Did anything happen? Oh, the Chamber? Yeah, that was an accident. Corbin retaining and whatchamacallit, RVD winning. I wanted Punk to win, but it didn't happen.
Who? I don't know who that guy is.
Royal Rumble time. AJ winning was a complete accident. We didn't know. We forgot that he was totally in the Royal Rumble match. So that's why
I wouldn't call it an accident. But if
I wouldn't call it an accident because at the end it turned out great. But
yeah, but
like, we didn't know if he was in there or not.
Yeah, for us and for you guys, that was really the surprise factor of the Royal Rumble, because we had forgotten that he was even in it. And so when he came out and he won, I was like, what?
And we forgot a little thing about season 2. We forgot that Bray was in the Rumble too. So, which is crazy because AJ came out number 28, Braun came out 29, and then Bray came out 30, and then Bray ended up winning, which is weird.
Just like.
But WrestleMania, this is like a little thing for both of us. CM Punk was actually going to retain against AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a set rematch for them, a WrestleMania rematch at Payback, and that's where AJ was going to win the title, because I thought Punk losing at WrestleMania was going to be too short, and I wanted my brand to get the victory over APW. I don't know why. I don't know if I was being selfish or not, but if I was, well, I was dumb. So,
well,
Asuka versus Natalya. Natalya was supposed to defeat Asuka in season 1 to end her undefeated streak. But we liked Asuka too much, and we decided Asuka should keep her streak. But that was until she came to Payback and Sasha Banks thing happened. We'll get to that soon. Did anything else happen? That draw in the kickoff wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah, that wasn't, or wasn't it a count out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
something like
count
that.
out.
Yeah.
Anything else happen? Oh, Corbin versus PJ Black. I had nobody else for Baron Corbin. He killed everybody.
And that ending,
PJ
that
Black was the
spot,
only option,
that
and I hated it. And that suplex at the end, I was like, you know what? At least he won. I'm not restarting the match. Corbin, he's just gonna go into Payback with the championship.
Yep.
So I think that's it for season 1. You can go for season 2 right now.
Okay, so, man, off the top of my head, I don't know why I can't remember anything. I don't think
either.
there was.
I'm trying to because I'm scrolling through my videos right now. Just like
I don't think there were really any. How can I say it? Like any mistakes? I didn't want to use mistakes because like we said it like so many times.
Season 1, season 2, there was less mistakes.
Yeah, because we had. Yeah, because we had like set plans already. We already had known who should win a match, and yeah, that's why there weren't that many random outcomes.
Yeah, like RVD winning the championship and CM Punk quickly defeating him, or like Rey Mysterio cashing in and all that.
Yeah.
There was none of that.
Oh, but I will tell you one thing. Warzone 2, Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, their short main event match, it had all the build-up in the world, but it ended so quickly. That was shocking to me and him.
Yeah, and so is that all? Is that it for season 2 for you?
Yeah, and of course the Royal Rumble, but that, combined pay-per-view or whatever. Oh, well,
yeah.
And Final Battle.
Final Battle, we just thought off the top of our head. We're just like, okay, we need another combined pay-per-view just to, since we love the concept of us joining together and my stars battling my stars, since we barely do that, we're like, you know what, let's make Final Battle. But it's not a war. It's old rivalries that haven't ended, like Nakamura and Hideo. We never capitalized on it since they got separated. Dean and then Roman and Dillinger and Aries being the top stars that they are, putting them against each other. It wasn't a war. It was just, Final Battle.
Yeah.
For those two men, because they're not going to see each other again.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kick it off with me. Payback, was there anything? His opponent was never meant to be Adam Cole, AJ Styles. I just had Adam Cole as a little filler so that way Rude can debut, because I had no other way for him to debut before that. Payback. Kevin Owens was meant to win. Sasha was meant to win. Everything was supposed to happen. Let me see. Hardcore Justice. Kevin Owens. I don't think anything happened in Hardcore Justice. Hardcore Justice. Sasha beating Asuka was meant to happen just because, Asuka's streak coming to an end. They didn't see that before. But obviously, this is still going on in real life right now. But
yeah.
So, yeah. Money in the Bank. Finn Balor won the Money in the Bank, and so did Rude. As you remember, Balor lost the Money in the Bank briefcase to Omega. And I didn't want that to happen, but due to the complete outrage that I got, I had no choice. So sadly, I had to do it. And that kills Balor, and I regret it. But he's going to come back soon, trust me.
Well, that's if he does, because we don't know what's going to happen for the draft.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen. Let me see. Warzone, we already talked about Warzone 2. Bobby wasn't really meant to cash in. It was just to build up a story between him and AJ after AJ's win, and then Brock doing what he did to come back to APW, and then Brood just being the absolute heel, taking advantage. I thought it made sense. I hope it did, because if it didn't, you guys would let us know. That Sami Zayn to win, but then, of course, I thought Kevin Owens' reign was going to be too short. I wanted it to be at least equivalent to him looking like a beast against Corbin. Uh, Bobby, of course, continued with his championship reign. Austin Aries was actually meant to win. What was that? I think Backlash or Unforgiven. I think it was Backlash. Yeah, Backlash. But I don't know why I didn't go for it. I guess because, again, a short reign, I didn't like it. I don't like short reigns, okay? That's the problem with me. But Austin Aries was indeed supposed to win. From there, I didn't know where I was going to go. Austin Aries was going to win, and then I was going to have Dean Ambrose win it. Like, close to WrestleMania. Like, okay, I'll come up to that, but Unforgiven, everything was supposed to happen. Let me see. Against All Odds was good. Didn't have an opponent for Bobby, so I decided Jericho. Final battle wasn't actually supposed to be Aries' final battle. After that, he was actually supposed to challenge Bobby again for the championship. I was gonna think about him winning the title Bash at the Beach time, and then Dean Ambrose beating him at WrestleMania. In the Go Home show, there was gonna be a tournament with contenders, and Dean was gonna beat Bobby in the finals, so that way Dean could qualify for WrestleMania and actually beat Austin Aries in the main event, or not the main event. Well, Aries was actually going to lose to Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. That's what I'm trying to get at. That was going to happen. Finn Balor was meant to beat Kevin Owens. Finn Balor was meant to beat Kenny Omega at the Great American Bash. I just didn't go for it. I didn't go for it, man.
Oh wait, I have one thing about the Royal Rumble. Rhino wasn't supposed to challenge Samoa Joe. I just had no other possible contenders for the APW World Championship at that time. So I decided, hey, let's bring in Rhino.
I was like, all right, you can borrow Rhino. You can borrow him and you can use him. I was like, whatever. He's Rhino. I don't really have a set return for him, so you can, since he's actually in the WWE and in the nice games, sure, why not? Huge Revolution was good. It was okay. Royal Rumble, we already spoke about that. And which leads me into WrestleMania, the big granddaddy of them all.
What a spectacle.
Cody was actually going to face Aleister Black. If you guys didn't know that, Cody versus Aleister Black. But I can't really... I don't know if I should say it or not, but...
Well, I mean, if Aleister were to have won, because we didn't know that decision yet, but if he were to have won, you already know he's DLC in 18, so obviously he wouldn't appear.
Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense because they're not going to create an Aleister Black off the bat. Ricochet was meant to face Matt Sydal, because Matt Sydal was going to turn on Ricochet. So that was going to happen. Who knows? Maybe these plans might come up in season 3. Maybe they might not. Maybe they still might go through. Somebody still might make an appearance. I'm not sure. Who knows? Yeah. There was no woman in the Pure Wrestling division, so Nia Jax had to just face Bea Priestley and just put an end to her. The New Day making history was meant to happen. It's just I didn't have a team because there was only Hype Bros, The Ascension, and Hardy Boys. So I was like, wait a minute. The New Day haven't appeared in a long time. And they can make history. And so I asked. And they came over. Like Gallows and Anderson, I always wanted them to be champion. I just didn't know when was the right time. I felt like the Young Bucks could have been champion. But, I don't know. I did a little something with Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon made a deal. And let's just say that everything has changed. Changed my plans, okay?
Yep.
Goldberg versus Corbin. Corbin was meant to win, obviously. I don't want an old man burying my top star. So there was just no way Goldberg was going to win. Billie Kay, always enjoyed her. Her heel work with Peyton was classic. The Iconic Duo was amazing. Always wanted her to beat Becky. Dean was going to win the CJM Championship, as you know. Bray wasn't meant to win. It was just going to be one-on-one Dean Ambrose versus Bobby. And Dean Ambrose, I had a plan for him to win. But that changed when Bray Wyatt joined the title picture, and we also hate the concept of Royal Rumble winners losing at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I find that to be an issue. So, yeah. Pro Wrestling Champion, I actually had talks in Kenny Omega retaining the championship and continuing for a little while more. But then I looked at the ratings, I looked at P-Dub's viewership, I was like, nah, fam, I can't. This is it, it's over. And plus he's going to surpass Corbin's reign at 7 after this pay-per-view? No, I'm sorry. It's over. Corbin has to be OP. He has to be. This is no way.
Yep.
So that was basically it. Hopefully next time, we could talk about Season 3. Hopefully. And we can say what happened, what was meant to happen, what did not. This was a cool little thing for you guys because obviously you guys you're not here with us when we speak about Universal plans. We always are in talks with each other. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And the cards and everything and the pay-per-views, and the set winners. So, yeah.
I guess this is kind of breaking kayfabe, but yes, of course we're going to talk to each other because our universe. I guess our universes. They really piggyback off of each other, and in a way, it really. If something happens in one brand, it's gonna affect the other two. Not like majorly, but like think about it this way: if Warzone 2 Nakamura wasn't champion, then you wouldn't have the classic Nakamura AJ match. It would have been something else. So that's the reason why we have to talk to each other.
Aries didn't go from the WWE. We would have had Ambrose versus Aries at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And should I talk about Aries, you know who, or no?
Sure, because that plan's out the window now.
It can still happen.
Yeah, it could still happen. So.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to remember what pay-per-view it was going to be before Bash at the Beach. What pay-per-view was that?
I don't even know. My memory's bad.
Before Bash at the Beach. Hold on, I'm looking at it right now. Okay. The Great American Bash, the combined pay-per-view. This was going to happen. Not Aries. Okay, get ready, because this is mind-blowing. After the Great American Bash, it was going to be a gauntlet match. I had Bray Wyatt, I had Rey Mysterio, Adam Cole, and Ziggler. But Rey wasn't supposed to be in the match. It was going to be Suicide. Why? Because Suicide was going to win the gauntlet match and tease Bobby for the next weeks and not talk and do all this mind games. So when it came to Bash at the Beach, Suicide would beat Bobby Roode. After the match, Suicide would unmask and it would be Austin Aries in disguise. Yep. And that was my plan, to have Austin Aries brought back after final battle after disappearing for a while to be the champion. So that way at New Year's Revolution, he's in the chamber and he's facing off against these top stars and he beats all of them one by one. So that way Dean Ambrose goes for the tournament in a Chase for the Gold episode 60, wins the tournament and, qualifies for WrestleMania.
Yep.
That's why the title of that video was called A Chase for the Gold, episode 60, and it had Dean Ambrose on the cover. But it didn't happen that way since, once again, Aries left the WWE, and Bray Wyatt won the Rumble, and plans were dead from there, and had to scratch everything.
Well, I guess that's pretty much it. A recap of season 1 and
Dang, that
2.
took us like 25 minutes.
Yep. That's the whole podcast. Goodbye. That's the whole podcast. Goodbye, everyone. Well, just go right into our next topic, and this is not going to be as long because there's not much to talk about. But of course, the NXT stars that deserve a push or need to be pushed are basically the ones we talked about last week with the minor championship. Your Aleister Blacks, your Cassius Onos, your Roderick Strongs, and now Lio Rush.
I mean, they need a push, like Johnny Gargano, because they're all amazing.
Yep.
And they're being held back because you have Bobby Roode. Well, he's not there anymore. You have Drew McIntyre. You have Adam Cole. You have, who else do you have? Roderick Strong. And they all can't get a title shot because there's only one title. So it's like they're all going to be stuck in like minor feuds and not on TV at all, just circling around there for no reason.
Yep.
I mean, I personally, I think they're probably going to call them up to the main roster, some of them, because they have nothing to do with them, which is kind of sad. Like, I would pay to see Johnny Gargano be major champion, or and a returning Ciampa just takes him out or something. I don't know. I would love to see Aleister Black as champion. Roderick Strong, of course, losing 2 times. I don't know why, but I guess to make him have a title shot, I guess, instead of not challenging at all. But still, I think he should be the one to defeat Adam Cole after McIntyre gets called up to the main roster. Like, probably after WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, that's most likely going to happen.
Yeah, that's most likely going to happen. Because, I mean, Drew McIntyre, why would he stay in NXT? He's old now, so he needs to move up. Like Bobby, he's not a 40-year-old man is not going to stay down in NXT. This is no way. Like, no.
Nope.
So, any of your opinions on those takes?
Not really, because, like I said, we mostly talked about that last week. Yeah, the discussion was heavily talked about last week, so basically the same concept. Yeah. But those are the guys who deserve a push in NXT. Hopefully they get it.
They need that really bad.
Hopefully they get it.
I mean, hopefully so, because, I mean, all of them deserve it. Like, Tommy End, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, like, all these names are top talent, and you don't want to lose them like how you lost Austin Aries, just how you're probably going to lose Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
That's just... I don't see why you won't capitalize on somebody being amazing right now. You know?
Yep. Well, last topic, if you want to pull up the card here for...
I pulled it up already.
Good. This guy's on time. He's prepared today, unlike yesterday in the live stream. But, okay. The Hell in a Cell 2017 predictions that's going down tonight. Of course, available only on WWE Network.
Alright, we're going to start off with the whack matches, the bootleg matches, alright?
Alright.
We're going to start
off
with
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal.
What the... We're going to start off with the pre-show. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, which is the equivalent of American Alpha, versus the Hype Bros and the kickoff. Who do you think is going to win and why?
Well, this is kind of tricky because it seems like, they're trying to do something with Gable and Benjamin. But in the recent weeks, Hype Bros have been losing. Zack Ryder walked out on Mojo Rawley. I think he pushed him once, or I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know they had a disagreement, of course, with Ryder leaving. Backstage, they said it's time to. I don't know the exact words Mojo said, but he said it's time to take action, like some serious action. So I don't know. Maybe tonight Gable and Benjamin win. This causes Zack Ryder to turn on Mojo, or vice versa.
I mean, it sucks that this tag team is going to break up, towards the end of 2017. I truly think the Hype Bros is probably going to break up, unless they're trying to, confuse us, but...
Unless they become heel.
Unless they become heel, but I don't see Mojo really becoming heel. I see him as the next Santino Marella. But,
out of all men to compare him to.
I think Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin is going to win, just because, nobody cares about the Hype Bros. Nobody's going to care if they win. I feel like if Chad Gable gets another win with Shelton Benjamin, it's going to actually cares about them, and they're actually going to get a push. So hopefully after the New Day and the Usos finish with this war that they're having, Jesus,
It's
we'll
the
get to that
equivalent to
soon.
Sasha and Charlotte this year,
Exactly, but yeah,
but
it's a
tag
tag
teams.
team of
Yeah,
Charlotte and Sasha. But yeah, I'm going with Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin just because nobody cares about Hype Bros. Do you agree?
I wouldn't say nobody cares about them, but like,
Nobody
but
cares.
you know what I mean. That they're not as important to win this match.
So you're going with me on
Yep.
this one.
Yep,
Okay.
Gable and Benjamin.
We're going to the next unimportant match: Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Oh yes, it's my favorite match of the card, on the card.
Oh, great! That's nice, buddy.
I actually don't even know who's gonna win. Randy has won before. Rusev has beat him in 9 seconds. Randy beat him in 10 seconds at SummerSlam. Have no idea where this is going, so I'm just gonna go with.
Wait, who went over last time? No.
I don't even know. I don't even think Rusev was on SmackDown. I have no
I
idea.
think he was just cutting a promo. He always gets RKO'd and like show after show. So
Yeah,
this is kind of
he did get RKO'd. I think that was the Rusev day. That's the last thing I remember. So I'm gonna go with Rusev. I don't know why.
oh jeez.
Just whatever.
This is tricky because people are saying Rusev is leaving pretty soon, and would he leave with a win? I'm not sure. Would he leave
Well,
with
if that's the case, then I might as well pick Randy.
Only if you're John Cena, you leave with the win. So, I don't know, actually. This match is pretty difficult to predict, but I hope I am right. I don't want really Randy to lose to Rusev. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah, I don't know. This match is unimportant too, but
This match is important, but I'm Randy Orton's been taking full advantage of him this whole
yeah,
time.
that's true.
He's beat him in like seconds, but Rusev beat him in seconds.
I'm
Did
a,
he beat him in seconds before the pay-per-view or after?
Rusev. He beat him before, yeah, before Hell in a Cell on a SmackDown. Beat him in 9 seconds. Randy won in 10. So
I'm going with Randy Orton. I'm sorry, Rusev.
yeah, doesn't matter.
I'm probably gonna get it wrong though.
I'm probably gonna get it wrong. This is gonna be the match that we get wrong somehow.
Yeah, this is really the match that's gonna mess us up. But next match that nobody really cares about is just because Bobby Roode's in it, people care. Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler.
Oh.
This is an easy one.
This is going to be great. First of all, Bobby Roode, of course, is gonna win. But Dolph Ziggler said he's gonna have a cool entrance. I really am curious to see
He's gonna
what
make
he's.
everyone feel the glow.
He already did that. But
He's gonna do it again.
he did say he was gonna have an entrance. So I'm hoping he actually does have a good entrance now.
Hopefully Elias' entrance pretty damn soon because he doesn't have an entrance yet.
Yeah, that's true. So of course Bobby Roode, but I can't wait for
Yeah.
this match because it's gonna be so good. Of course, because Dolph Ziggler is Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I'm going with Bobby Roode because obviously Bobby Roode, this is his main roster pay-per-view debut. Hell in a Cell. They're gonna rematch at Starrcade, I heard.
Well, I mean, you never
Which I
know.
don't
Look
really-
at what they did with Mike Kanellis and Sami Zayn.
But that's Mike Kanellis. He's
Oh yeah, that's
type of trash. So
that's well, according to WWE.
according to Vince, he's type trash. He ruined his gimmick, so I don't even know what else to say. So yeah, I'm just going with the glorious Bobby Roode.
Yep.
For that one.
They were,
Who cares if Dolph wins the next time? I don't think he is, but
or maybe he
whatever.
wins today.
Maybe he wins today and Bobby wins next time. I don't care. But listen, Bobby Roode's first pay-per-view, he has to win. There's no other choice. People are going to boo if he doesn't. So, Bobby Roode. Next match. Natalya versus Charlotte.
Uh,
What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Charlotte only because I strongly feel that they're giving her this because of her father right now. You know, Charlotte's a great talent, but you know, like besides that, I think they're just doing this because you know Ric Flair was ill and all that stuff, and you know, God forbid we lose the Nature Boy. That he at least saw this happen, so that's what I feel.
But he's seen her become champion like 4 times before. Why does he need to see it again?
But this is for SmackDown, okay? All right? Listen,
but
listen.
that's
This is
not
this
like
is a
the
different brand, all right? Oh, well,
Uh,
yeah, that's my reason.
I'm
Hopefully
going
Carmella
with.
cashes in. I say it every pay-per-view, but because I really want it to happen.
Do you think she's gonna cash in today?
I hope so. Please. I want it to happen. I've been wanting it to happen,
Well, let me
like,
tell you things that annoy me in
forever.
WWE. Okay. Number one, the presence of Natalia. Uh, just the whole thing in general. When her theme song hits, when I see her face, when I hear her voice, it annoys the heck out of me. Number two, James Ellsworth. Get him off my screen. Please. Carmella should be alone with that briefcase. I don't want to see that scrawny, anorexic man next to her. Okay? Charlotte is going to win today. Okay? Charlotte's going to be champion. And I have a feeling, just to mess with her, just to screw her over, I can probably sense a little bit that Carmella might cash in. But will I think she'll cash in after Charlotte wins? That's my prediction. Charlotte's going to win. Will she cash in? In fact, I'd say, you know what? I'd say yeah. If it doesn't, I still get the match right. So boo-hoo, all of you. Okay. So Charlotte, and then Carmella's gonna cash it.
hmm
So all right,
So we
next
agree on that.
match.
Yeah.
Let's go with the next OP unimportant match: the New Day versus the Usos.
Oh, first of all, I can already tell you this match is going to be, of course, match of the night. Period. Done.
But it's a Hell in a Cell for no reason. The main event is not even contested in a Hell in a Cell.
Oh, actually, I might.
Well, who knows? The main
I
event might
take
be
that
Shane
back.
versus Owen. But go ahead.
I actually take that back. Because, you know, the New Day and the Usos have been putting on incredible tag team matches. That's why I said it could have been match of the night. But I just completely forgot that Shane is fighting Owens. And that match is going to be match of the night. But as for who's going to win between the Usos and New Day, don't really know because of these title changes. I don't
Who's
know.
the champs right now?
Huh? Who are the champs?
Who's-
The New Day.
You know what? Something's saying that the New Day is going to retain, and that's how they go into another feud, unless they pull another potato and the Usos win, and then Gable and Benjamin want a shot at the championships.
Well, that makes sense because, of course, you know that they're planning for New Day to be the tag team with the most championship, I guess, reigns or wins, whatever you prefer to call it. But if that
Yeah,
happens,
the Dudleys.
yeah, the Usos, if they win, I believe they said on SmackDown that they would be 5-time tag team champions if they
Oh,
win
God.
tonight. And the New Day are on 4, so obviously that's not helping if you make the Usos win tonight. So that,
Yeah, exactly. So I'm probably going to go with the New Day.
yeah, I'll go with the New Day too.
And they'll lose somewhere down the line. I don't know who exactly. It better not be the Usos, but they're going to lose somewhere down the line. But I think New Day's going to hold it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they're going to eventually lose. Probably to a new team. Maybe to the debuting Authors of Pain. And then that's where Gable and Benjamin step in. I don't know. Probably. Sounds like it. So I'm just guessing. So, because AOP's not really doing anything against anybody. It's just War Games, whatever. They're gonna do something, but that's later on though. So I'm saying the New Day. Next match: AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin better win this matchup, or else I literally gonna cry. Because Corbin, first of all, he lost his briefcase. He lost his championship opportunity that he won. So basically, that match went on for no reason. He won it for no reason.
He got buried by Cena at SummerSlam.
So, and he lost to Cena at SummerSlam. He's just getting buried. I feel like this is the one thing that he should get, at least, to make him a proper, contender, not a jobber. Because he looks ridiculous. He lost to a roll-up to Dillinger. Like, he always loses to that. Like, no. Baron Corbin, listen. Baron Corbin is winning tonight, and just for you fans out there, Ty Dillinger is going to come back in the mid-card picture, and he's going to say, oh, I already beat you already. Let me get a shot at the championship. That's when we have probably AJ versus Dillinger for a contenders match. Dillinger wins, surprisingly, shocking everybody. Baron Corbin beats him the first pay-per-view, and then the second pay-per-view, Dillinger claims the championship. So there you go. I just made you a story.
Or
That's
maybe,
what
or
CGM
may,
and Pure Wrestling would book it.
or maybe a triple threat, because I could see that happening too.
Maybe a triple threat. Who cares? But I know Dillinger's going to win it down the line because this man hasn't won nothing.
Baron
Okay?
Corbin. It's going to be the end of days for AJ Styles here tonight at Hell in a Cell. New United States champion.
They played a little hot potato with Kevin Owens and
I'm
AJ
going to-
Styles.
Not if.
You know?
When Baron Corbin wins the United States Championship, I will cry. I will mark out because Baron Corbin, he's
just like
the
at
GOAT.
WrestleMania, he lost to Dean Ambrose. Like, no, he didn't get an Intercontinental Championship. This opportunity, he needs it. He needs to beat AJ Styles here tonight. He's going to beat AJ Styles. Next match. Let's do Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens.
Shane, because Kevin Owens has been getting over each and every single week, so it's obvious.
I feel like people are saying, I don't know, maybe this might be Shane McMahon's last match, but at Hell in a Cell, I don't think so. But if Shane McMahon is going to win, it wouldn't be his last match. I feel like his last match he should lose. So, which he shouldn't even be wrestling at this point. Like, WrestleMania 32, he shouldn't even face The Undertaker. Should have been John Cena, retire the man. But, you know, it's a whatever. So, I'm going with Shane McMahon, just because, but Kevin Owens is going to lose to an old man. I mean, he lost to Goldberg
It's
already.
alright. It's okay, because the rumored plans is for Triple H to face KO at WrestleMania 34, and you obviously know
so
Triple
they're
H is
probably
going to
gonna
put
get
over that
salty
talent.
right now, and then when Kevin Owens beats Triple H, everybody's going to be happy. So, and then hopefully Triple H laces up the boots one final time to face Bobby Roode in his farewell match.
Oh, I hope that happens. Oh my
I
god.
hope that happens. Bobby Roode versus Triple H, I'd pay to see that one. I'd fly to Africa to see that. I don't care.
Spend all your mortgage on that.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm going with Shane McMahon just
Yep.
because Kevin Owens is going to get a win later on, the most important win of his life later on. The man that helped win the championship now, he's going to screw him at WrestleMania. So, hopefully, Shane McMahon wins, and then Kevin Owens goes on to WrestleMania to face Triple H. So, Shane McMahon, hooray. Now, the final matchup is going to be,
Do we even have to talk about this?
hopefully,
Is this
not,
necessary?
Jinder Mahal, boring, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now,
Yeah.
there was an advertisement about Jinder being at India in December, and he was on the poster along with other superstars. Nakamura wasn't even on the poster, so that's kind of scary. But you know what? I feel like they advertise him just because he's a big India star, and he's supposedly from India. Supposedly.
Yeah. Which he's not.
So
He's
I feel like
Canadian.
they put him on the poster because they've already solidified him as a main star, and everybody's going to mark out for him in India. Jesus. But Nakamura is winning this championship tonight. He should have won it at SummerSlam because it's SummerSlam, and he was on a roll, undefeated, and that was his first pay-per-view for the main roster. No,
No, it wasn't.
Singles match, I guess. I don't know.
It was
But
his first title opportunity.
title opportunity, and he lost. That should have not happened. If this was CJM, Pure Wrestling, APW, Nakamura would have won. But this isn't. This is WWE, Disneyland.
Yep, I'm just
of
going with
wrestling.
Shinsuke because, of that, whatever. Just,
Yeah, I'm going with Shinsuke Nakamura because it's whatever. Jinder Mahal's boring now. He killed it right after
Kali.
Kali. When Kali just made his presence, I just died inside, and it was over from there. So we're going with Shinsuke Nakamura because we need something exciting. SmackDown ratings are going down, Raw is going up. So in order for that, they need Nakamura to win the championship because screw India. I'm sorry if you're from India, but we don't need these ratings. They can go watch it on the network. They can play back Jinder Mahal's reign as champion. But we need Nakamura right now.
Well, it is what it is. Hell in a Cell should be good pay-per-view, but that was a pretty lengthy podcast. So you all better don't complain if you don't see a podcast for 1 or 2 weeks, okay? Because you got a 45-plus minute podcast, all right? So.
And plus, on features that we hadn't ever told anybody that was going to happen.
Exactly.
Like, Austin Aries becoming champion, Dean Ambrose, winning it from him. We've never said anything to anybody about that. So if you hear this podcast,
so don't be a little bit upset.
This is a must-see podcast.
Yeah. So don't be upset because we need a break too from Universe Mode. We have to get plans together for season 3.
But of course, more live streams coming soon. Don't forget that as well.
Yes. Oh, there you go. That dog made it on commentary at WrestleMania, and now has made it on the Tap Podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But this has been Tap Podcast. Episode number 14. Chris Gamer 1025. Yours truly, External Shockwave. Whole bunch of good topics. We'll see you all for the next one.